Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to this new video, and look just at what we have here, the F150 AIR2 ULTRA, a fantastic military grade phone. As you can see, its aesthetic is really eye-catching, so if you want to get to know it better, you already know what to do. Stay here on TechGround. Right guys, let's get started. This is the F150 AIR2 ULTRA, a phone whose main feature, as you can already see, is its striking aesthetic. It looks really cool to me, at least. It's certainly very attention-grabbing. Of course, some of you on the other side of the spectrum might find it completely unappealing, but I think it has a very striking look, especially in this gold color. There are two versions of this particular model, this gold version and another military camouflage version with a design that looks quite attractive on this phone. Before we dive into the phone's details and I'll tell you all about its features, what I liked and did not like about it, let's do a super quick unboxing as we always do. We find this box with a military-like color and the F150 logo on the front, and once opened we see the phone itself. Additionally, inside the box we have this charger over here, and as you can see it's a transparent charger showing the internal components of it, and it's a 65-watt charger. We also have a special charging cable with braided nylon within it, which makes it even more durable. Now moving on to the phone itself, first we have its aesthetic aspect, and as mentioned is one of its most eye-catching features. We have a device with dimensions of 170 by 79 by 8.5 millimeters. I'm especially surprised that despite being a rugged phone, a military phone, with all the durability that entails, it's incredibly thin, especially compared to the rugged phones we're used to seeing on the channel. These rugged phones are typically very thick, but these very thick phones also come with a large battery. In this case, we have a standard phone battery, that this allows the rugged phone to have such slim dimensions. Because of these slim dimensions, it also has a standard phone weight. Unlike the half-kilo weights that we are used to, this phone weighs 229 grams exactly. We can also see that on the back, the phone features two camera modules that look like eyes, which we will talk about later, and they are reminiscent of a fighter jet. And actually, when the phone is turned on or off or in other occasions, these LEDs light up, enhancing the cool look it already comes with. These particular cameras are encased in a module with decorative screws, mimicking robust aircraft parts. These particular screws are not real, but like I said, they add to the aesthetic of a very robust aircraft. This particular version, as mentioned previously, is golden, with the F150 logo at the bottom. The whole phone is encased in a hard rubber edge, which has a carbon fiber-like finish on its side, though it's actually plastic. But nevertheless, if it's carbon fiber, real carbon fiber or not, it gives it a very nice look. On the right side, we have the power button in orange, and on the left, the volume buttons. And on the bottom edge, we feature a USB Type-C connector, the speakers, and a slot for either two SIM cards or one SIM card and one micro SD card. This particular phone can also support 5G connectivity with the SIM cards you provided with, and the top edge has no connectors but does have the phone's infrared sensors. Having said that, let's talk about the screen. It features a 6.8-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 1080 by 2460 pixels. This 120Hz screen offers a very smooth and fluid experience when interacting with it. It is noticeably better than lower refresh rate screens. However, luckily, many smart devices are coming with this feature already integrated. The pixel density is 395 pixels per inch, and the screen-to-body ratio is 81.8%. which is quite good for a rugged phone, as they normally come lower than 80%. However, it is a low number, bearing in mind that it is covered by this rubber edge on its sides, which will allow the phone to withstand any type of drop. The protective frame around the screen will diminish the screen-to-body ratio, but we can be safe to know that if it drops, it will be much more protected. Now let's discuss the amount of power this phone comes with. In this case, this phone comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM and the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor, a mid-range processor that from MediaTek that performs very well. You'll see clips of me playing various heavy games, like I always do, like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Asphalt, and the performance has been more than satisfactory for all of these tasks. It's not the most powerful processor if you want a device exclusively for gaming, but I don't know your preferences. It is versatile enough for everyday tasks as well as multitasking, having many apps open. It will also perform well, and for playing games, as you can see, it will also perform well. The phone runs on Android 13, and while it hasn't been updated to Android 14 just yet, updates should come soon, but just know that if you buy the phone now, it will come with Android 13. The latest update hasn't come yet. The latest version of the software includes a dynamic island feature, which I assume you already know about. This particular feature alerts you to notifications and battery status in a small island right where the camera is, amongst other things. I find it interesting that they added this particular feature. This phone, as I have presented it, is a rugged phone with military-grade durability featuring IP68 and IP69K ratings for water and dust resistance. You can take it to the desert, you can take it underwater, you can also take it in various other harsh conditions, and the phone is going to survive. Having said that, we must talk about the camera, and this particular aspect, let me say it now, is a bit bittersweet, okay? As you can see, it has two prominent rear camera modules, each with its own particular camera. A 108 megapixel main camera and a 64 megapixel secondary camera. The main camera will have a 3x LED, and the secondary camera will be more focused for night photography, for taking pictures at night. At least this is how they are selling it to us. In reality, daytime photos are quite good for this type of device, with good detail and clarity in well-lit conditions, and we have some nice photos with satisfactory detailing. However, as much as they want to sell us that this phone has a camera more focused on night photography, the reality is that night photos are pretty average. They have a lot of noise and don't measure up to the daytime performance. You'll see various day and night shots, including zoom tests, demonstrating the camera's capabilities, which aren't bad for a device such as this. And in regards to the front cameras, they are also quite basic. As always, I will show you both day and night video samples so that you can judge the quality of the camera on your own. Video test, front camera, daytime conditions, not the sunniest day ever, but yeah, this is the result so that you can also hear the audio and see the stabilization. Alright, it's time to test the nighttime conditions in this AIR2 Ultra, and this is how it looks with the front camera. This is how it turned out. You can put what you thought of it in the comments below. I believe the top aspect of this camera array is a main camera in daytime conditions. The results with it are very good. With the rest of the cameras, the results are a bit subpar. The battery in this phone is 5000 milliamps, a battery that is pretty standard. As I said before, as it is a rugged phone, we are used to seeing thicker bodies on them, with batteries of 10, 15, 20, 25,000 milliamps for a few phones, or even bigger quantities actually. And like I mentioned before, in order to have a normal size phone, we must have a normal size battery on it. The performance has honestly been good, pretty satisfactory. It provides a full day of autonomy, and depending on how much you use it, how much strain you put it through, how much you play, how much you scroll on Instagram and such, you may be able to use it on the second day or not. But with these 5000 milliamps, we will be able to last through the day without any issues. I don't think I mentioned this before, but in terms of storage, this phone has only one version, and it has 256 gigabytes of internal storage with 12 gigabytes of RAM. And as I mentioned, it comes in gold or in camouflage versions. And now, after seeing all that this device has to offer, the price is shown on screen. And I'd love to hear your opinions on whether you think it's expensive or affordable. I find this phone very versatile and complete, and personally, I find it very attractive. As always, I'll leave links in the description below for various stores, marketplaces where you can purchase this phone if you are interested. Check it out at the store of your choice. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it, and I'll be reading and responding to all of your comments down below. That's all for now. Until next time. See ya.